Once upon a time, two men decided if they were making the cut. Then they made the cut. And now JT and Aaron are talking everything from wrestling to pop culture and beyond, because it's no holds barred.
Will you back down, turn and run, or stand up with the best? When you're back to the wall, what will your answer be? Will you run for the door? Will you run out on me like it's hard?
It's no holds barred.
Do you feel at all like when I lean back that I'm like blending into the wall?
Lean back. No, your shirt's black and the wall looks like it's a bluish.
It is blue. It's just in my little pixel square here, it looks like it reads as the same color. But yes, it's a midnight blue.
No, I read it differently.
Really? Do you read backwards like in Israel?
I read is it
Israel that reads backwards? In Hebrew?
Yeah, that sounds right.
In China? So like like staging in plays is actually completely different in China than here because of how people read.
Do they stage the audience and then the people in the play just sit in chairs on the stage?
Not quite. But it's like, when you're looking at a stage, like the most close position, vulnerable position is like at the front of the stage, and when you're looking at it down to the right, because if you're reading a book, that'd be the last place you would look. And so like it's just natural and instinctive thing that like as you're watching it, you don't realize it, but your brain kind of does. And in China, it's the opposite, or Japan, or wherever it is. I'm not trying to sound ignorant. I just forget where they do that.
Look, it's hard to keep track of all these things.
It is
a lot of things.
Is. I'm gonna fade.
We have lists to do of wrestling matches that are way more important to us in our lives.
Yes, and it's certainly when they involve such incredible athletes. Like just the best of the best.
The best of the best. Well, I mean, if you go by a GWE list, one of these guys is top 10. The other is not.
The other is maybe 30.
Yeah, or 40. Anyway, No Holds Barred. We're here every single Saturday. 3 weeks out of the month, we are going through every WWE World Title change ever and ranking them. And at the end of the day, we're going to say what are the best to the worst.
Yeah.
Once a month, we're also building all-time pay-per-view cards. So pretty soon will be the October. Once a month, we're doing that. Also, Aaron, you and I are here 3 Wednesdays a month with a What If, which is a lot of fun.
It could be anything.
Yeah, what if we didn't do them?
I guess that's the one we'll never know.
That'll be the end. We'll do that at the end.
That'll be the end of the podcast.
But those are a lot of fun, and we like to crowdsource. So listen, if you're watching us on video, those are video exclusive. So you already subscribed probably, but if you haven't, just subscribe now, and you can leave a what if, you can leave a project idea, you can do anything like that. If you're listening, cool. Thank you for subscribing on our podcast feed, but also like the YouTube channel because we have video exclusive content. Like where else can you see me and Campbell do a tier maker on the Pile Driver album? Nowhere.
It doesn't exist, right?
I mean, maybe.
But did you call it Lube Tube? Because that's what it sounded like.
That's what my browser's open on the other one.
Yeah. Shit, close that shit up. We rank these world title changes in 5 categories. Match quality, significance, the moment, build, and aftermath. We each give it a score out of 10 in those categories. There's 2 of us. That gives us a nice round score out of 100. Easy to keep track of. And the range, to give you some context, the range right now, the number 1 title change of all time is standing strong with 94 points. And we've done 50 of these as of today. This will be our 51st. The bottom is 16 points. So a lot of variance in there.
51st dates, because that's my memory of all these episodes. It vanishes after we finish. All right, tonight we have a very interesting match ahead. It's from the 9/14/99 edition of SmackDown. Vince McMahon challenging Triple H for the world title. And if you know the project, you know that means Vince McMahon's about to win this belt from Triple H. This is only like the 3rd SmackDown, I believe. So if my math is correct, third, fourth.
3rd or 4th.
4th, yeah. It's actually the 9. It was taped 9/16. Oh, no, it aired 9/16. It was taped 9/14. Vince McMahon had been off TV since Fully Loaded. And this is the end of an era. Undertaker lost, and Vince had to leave forever. He's back 2 months later.
Hey, that's long. That's long for Vince.
It is. But this is a cool moment. I remember watching this live, and I remember like really liking this moment. So Triple H is in the ring, and
his spoiled.
Yeah, probably. I used to read so I was in college. This is my sophomore year, and I remember I was rooming with my buddy Adam, and every Tuesday we'd wake up. I think we had a 10 a.m., 9 a.m. class, whatever it was, and we'd lay in bed, not together.
Was that your lesbian dance theory class?
No, that was junior year.
Okay.
So we're laying in our own beds across the room. He's on his side, I'm in mine, and he'd wake up. And first thing Tuesday morning, he would pull up or Wednesday morning, I guess, whatever. He would pull up the spoilers and he'd be like, okay, here's what happened. And we'd lay there, he'd read the spoilers, we'd talk about them a little bit, and then we'd start our day. So yeah, I was always in tune with the SmackDown spoilers, but we still watched it. Like, no, this is the era you're watching everything. That
was all post-coitus though, right?
Well, we were more of a night couple.
Okay.
So this is again the 9/16 SmackDown.
Yep.
Vince is coming out because he wanted to show up because Triple H had been making threats. He's feeling his arrogance. He's feeling cock of the walk, peacock of the walk. Him and Shane are kind of running the show, and Triple H had been really baiting Linda and talking shit on Linda.
Yeah, so I don't want Linda on TV. So
Vince had enough, and that's where we're going to pick this up. Triple H is in the ring. He's talking shit. And we're going to pick this up with Vince about to really come storming out. 116.39 on Peacock.
116.34 on fucking Rebel Network.
There you go. All right, let's go. In 3, 2, 1, play.
So I remember reading this spoiler and being like, oh, come on now.
It did seem ridiculous. It did seem ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm just shocked that you so I never got SmackDown wasn't playing here when this happened. So I'd always look at the spoilers. But if I at this period, I don't think I would have looked at the spoilers. I think I would have tried to watch it.
We watched it anyway, though. So Raw was exciting and live, and it didn't matter because it was good. It was we didn't care. I mean, we were it was just the two of us. Freshman year, I was a little less because I was trying to be cool right early on. So I didn't see a lot of the Raw sometimes. But this year it was me and Adam in that room, just the two of us as roommates, and we were both diehard. So
no shirts.
We watched. Yeah, of course not. We watched. Why'd you need a shirt? We watched every Raw and every SmackDown.
Yeah.
We played No Mercy. We played WrestleMania 2. That's all we did was this shit, right? And ECW, the video game, came out that year. We played that. So yeah, I was watching all this. And late '99 to early 2000, we started doing a comp tape. So anytime something cool was about to happen, we'd have a tape in ready to go, and we had it pause. We just hit record. So I have a couple of tapes that are just the best of the best during that run. Vince is, his face, Vince, because he's got no tie. He's just got the unbuttoned
what's this
collar.
face he's doing?
He's doing the badass swagger.
Okay, before we go any further, can we talk about Shane McMahon's pants? They're so big. You can't see them anymore right now, but they're so big.
That's the style, the big baggy pants. I hate that it's coming back. I hate because you look back at pictures from that era and it's man, the pants were so goddamn baggy. Yeah. And they're back. The baggy jeans are back. I enjoyed the tight jean era. It's gone now.
I feel I always look better in tight jeans, but I hated wearing them.
I'm not talking about us, buddy. I'm talking about
Oh, I see.
Talking about tight jeans. But I've converted to full on sweat shorts 24/7 pretty much.
When you were a teenager, were overalls a thing for girls?
No, not as much. That had kind of faded, I feel like.
Well, we're the same age, and it was everywhere here.
Well, you were behind though in Canada, so it would make sense. That was bigger here, I think, in the mid '90s, right before I was a teenager, maybe.
Okay.
We went out a few weeks ago, and one of the friends that was going with us wrote to me and my wife, was "Oh, what are you guys wearing to this? We were going to a concert," and I wrote back, I'm either wearing jeans or my shorts. And she's like, "Oh, it's you. You're wearing your sweat shorts or whatever." And because that's all I wear now. So I wore jeans out of spite, and I walk in with the fucking jeans on, and she's like, "You wore those?" I said that. I'm like, "Yes, I was going to wear shorts, but you called me out, and I wore spite jeans that night."
Spite's a powerful motivator.
Yeah.
Oh, Vince just jumped him from behind and is pounding his ass.
Shane ringing the bell.
Yeah. Vince's punches are terrible. I think that's the word I would use to describe them.
I know it made sense for Vince to be in a suit because this is impromptu, but
yeah,
it just makes it look more I feel like he could have just had dressed up for a fight. You know what I mean? I'm here for a fight. I have a feeling a fight's going to go down.
Or wear the black sleeveless tee under the dress shirt and be taking it off.
Yeah.
do the slacks and
Right. The bronze shirt. It's just,
I feel like
an
if I was
outtouch.
watching this live, so if you didn't know it was spoiled, and if you're watching both live, what's a bigger threat to the title? Is it here or is it when he challenged Austin in April
Oh,
March?
it's Austin. I mean,
Yeah.
this feels like, because as a heel, he feels like he's got infinite
Yeah.
powers. As a face, he just feels like a crazy old man.
An old man.
And that's what he feels at Armageddon too. Like just a dad trying to defend his daughter and like in way over his head.
Yeah, with this hulking wrestler.
Yeah. So I might be misremembering. Maybe the "you son of a bitch" thing was because he comes back again, because he leaves after Armageddon when he loses there.
Right.
And he comes back again in March. And that might be "you son of a bitch," because I think it's when Stephanie slaps Linda and he comes out and
maybe.
yells. And then he ends up turning heel anyway at Mania. But
he doesn't call Stephanie a son of a bitch, does he? Because that defeats the whole purpose.
No,
of
it's Triple H. He's like, "You son of a bitch." I think it might be that. I thought it was here, but I don't know.
I always love the Vince McMahon sell where he gets punched in the head and he just kind of collapses.
Yes. He crumples straight down.
I know, because that's how you fall if you punch in the head.
Right.
He's not taking any flat back bumps. He's just like, you know what, pal? That's how people fall.
So they were really working hard to make SmackDown
eventful
a thing. I mean, we had Triple H Shawn week 1. We got this. And then we're not far off from the DX reunion, which I think part of that happens on SmackDown.
And what's happening here, too, in this match, it's like, it's so surprising that it's like, oh, I got to tune in. Right? Like, I'm sure that played into this decision.
We also have the dog poop coming soon. Where Rock Bottom's bulldog in the dog poop. The sliding Rock Bottom in the dress shoes that's around here. And I believe a lot of the Al Snow Big Boss Man stuff went down on SmackDown.
That's gonna be show. Do you think Chyna stiffed Vince the way she stiffed Chris Jericho in the matches?
Oh, for sure. Great low blow by Vince. Big pop for that.
Yeah. Those pants on Shane,
they're comical.
They're mod robs or whatever. Like they're just tight at the top.
That was the style. I mean, that was the win pants at the time, though.
That was the style at the time. I don't love that Shane is wearing a WWF Attitude shirt. When I bought wrestling figures in this era, I always was mad when they had a WWF shirt.
Yeah.
Like, get that shit off.
Give me the Jarrett. Don't make me mad.
Yeah. Don't make me mad.
What was that? That was bad botch there. Vince was like, I think he was trying to do something. Triple H hit him, and he just again crumbled down.
Yeah, it's almost like Vince has no business working a professional match at this point. But then it's funny because the first time we saw him wrestle with Austin, I think he's legitimately great.
Does he not wrestle again until Shane at 17?
Well, he fights.
Oh no, King of the Ring 2000. He fights.
Yeah, but it's not a singles match, right? So you can hide him a bit more. Like,
right.
Like Vince's selling of pain is among my favorite things of wrestling. The face, the scream, like
straight mauling.
As much as I think he's an awful person, I'll always respect that he goes out there and lets people kick the shit out of him,
right?
And doesn't do anything. Like he's like the anti Triple H when it comes to like, all right, well, I got to put him over, you know.
Well, I think it's like, it's almost. I think it's one of those things where he genuinely believes what he's doing is the fans really want to see. Like it shines through in that McMahon DVD when he talks about the Stephanie feud, where he's like, "Well, we had to do it for the fans. They wanted to and I think he believes it that the fans wanted to see, they wanted to see Vince versus Stephanie, despite it being her wedding. I think
I don't want to see a man beating his daughter with a pipe on TV. Sorry,
as misdirected as it is, I think he genuinely believes this is all because the fans want to see it.
Does he believe at this point the fans want WWF champion Vince McMahon?
Just take that fucking shirt off. He's jacked.
So wet. It's soaked.
It's gonna feel so gross.
Yeah, between the sweat and whatever got poured on him. Also, Vince's hair here is phenomenal. Mm-hmm. I hate when they shaved his head and it never grew back right.
Yeah, it never came back. Do you think he would have gone through with that if he knew it was never going to be the same?
I don't think so.
Even with that gate with Trump, you think he still doesn't do it? I mean, it's like the most successful Mania ever to that point, because of it.
Yeah, but he didn't know that, right? I guess.
Yeah. It never goes back the same.
Shaved Trump's head.
Yeah, no chance that was happening. They found the one guy more vain than Vince.
but it's like exponentially more vain, which is crazy when you think about it.
I mean, they're both megalomaniacal, whatever the word is, but
Trump's just more successful.
well, sure, but I think Vince, for all his awful, demented faults, at the end of the day, can be the butt of the joke and take and not be the guy that goes over. Whereas Trump is more like a Triple H, where he can never look weak ever.
That's it. Well, that's why he's pushing prime minister's array and like.
Yeah, it's like he can't ever not look like the guy.
I do like this moment where I actually don't remember this, but I really like it that like Triple H fucking destroys Vince with the chair, and as a consequence, Shane turns on Triple H, starts punching him.
Yeah, because I mean, Shane was kind of. He would go face soon here now with this, but also with the Mean Street Posse when they start being lecherous to Stephanie more and more. He starts defending her and siding with Test.
Right.
But
yeah, they'd become pals.
Yeah, here we go. Vince bleeding.
Oh, of course, Vince is bleeding.
I mean, so again, though, it feels like they're just gimmicking up as much as they can for Triple H. Like, all right, we're going to turn all the McMahon faces against him. Now he's going to take out all the whole family, right? Until Steph he joins them.
But again, the alignment is off. Because Vince is, I think Vince is an okay face, but he's much better as a heel. And Triple H,
although he's good, I like him in this little run here. I think he's actually pretty good as a face.
I will agree.
Armageddon.
But I actually think he's kind of limited in terms of what he does out there.
Yeah, but I don't mind him as like he's protecting his family, Vince, and he was good at it in early '99 too, until they do the higher power.
Yeah, the Stooge is coming out and trying to fight, and poor Pat Patterson in those. Were those the type of shorts you were going to wear to the concert?
No, it's sweat shorts. All sweat shorts.
Oh, okay. Oh, now Linda's there. We're going to get some acting from Linda.
So, like, Chyna's a badass heel again, but we're like a week away from her
fighting.
She fights
Jared?
No, she doesn't fight Jericho. I forget. She fights Jarrett, right?
Jarrett.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Yeah.
And she's like a pure face in that feud.
What is she reaching for Vince for? What does she think she's going to do? Like pull him out of the ring?
I guess made us cover him.
How quick is she fired if Chyna fucking pile drives her right now? Fucking paralyzes Linda McMahon.
Connecticut a lot of trouble.
The blood is so good on Vince. I do like this Triple H stuff. He's wiping Vince's blood on him.
This has been way better than I thought.
Yeah,
it's almost a forgotten. Like I always thought it was like a banana peel slip 2-minute thing where Vince rolls him up, but I didn't. You almost forget it's like it's kind of a forgotten little classic Vince match in here.
Here comes Austin to fucking ruin another title match.
Had he been off since SummerSlam?
I don't know.
Because all the stuff with the snake, that's later, right? Where the snake bites Triple H. I think that's leading up to No Mercy.
I don't remember that at all. Austin is going wild, though.
They kind of recreate the Jake Warrior stuff. Like Triple H goes into this room and there's like a snake in there.
So Austin hits the stunner on Chyna. And whenever that happened on Raw, TSN would cut away. Anything remotely women. But a stunner on Chyna, she's a wrestler. Okay, so Austin pulls.
So no Jarrett segments must have aired during this era.
Yeah, they always cut away. It was always a cutaway to a wide crowd.
Don't make me mad. And there it is. Vince McMahon is the WWF champion.
Austin's middle fingering him as the 3 count is happening.
It was a good moment. I know when you look at it on the spoilers, you're probably, oh God, Vince, like you said. But I don't know, they do it well. Do you think it's more egregious that he forfeits it? So he's like one of the only guy in history that like didn't lose the belt back?
No, because I don't think he really earns it. Like, it's not like he doesn't beat Triple H. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's why it doesn't bother. Like, if he had beaten Triple H clean,
right?
Even if he'd like hit him in the balls and rolled him up, I'd probably feel more that way. But like,
well, it's kind of like Andre, I guess, at main event. It's like he forfeits it, but he didn't really win it anyway. It was like a screw job, so it's like
fucking Joe Briscoe's going ballistic doing this.
I mean, they do get the one moment on Raw where Vince opens the coat and he's wearing the title. That's like
I love
memorable.
That. Yeah. It's so stupid. It's one of those things you couldn't like. You imagine as a kid like watching Superstars in the afternoon on Saturday, 1989, and that guy is the champion.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
All right, match quality. I'm gonna go 6.
Yeah, me too. Because to me it's 3. It's a 3-star match.
Yeah,
right.
Maybe even a tick better. But if we did halves, I'd maybe be at a 6.5. I'll say that. I wouldn't.
I don't think I could go up to 7. Yeah. But yeah, that was way better than I remember. Like, it's so funny because for me, as I'm getting older, what I realize, and I guess maybe the more stuff I watch too, is that if the match tells a good story, even if the action isn't good, I'm way more likely to rate it like 3 or higher because like there's no real action. It's just Triple H beating the shit out of him, but that's
But it's engaging, it's engrossing. It's
yeah. And he's not taking the win, he's cutting him up, you know. There's a lot of positive there.
Significance, I'll go 4. I mean, and it's all on the back of Vince McMahon, world champion. I mean, I guess Triple H gets screwed, but he wins it back. But you get the moment with Linda. Shane turns face. So, like, you kind of reunite the McMahons to set them up against Triple H. So, I mean, 4 feels okay. And it leads to the moment of Vince with the belt.
I'm going to go 4 also. And as for the moment, I'm going to go 6. I'm going to match the match quality because
I'm going 7.
7.
It's kind of cool. It's like the bloody Vince, Linda, and Shane, and Patterson, and Briscoe, and Austin coming out. Like, it's kind of forgotten, really cool moment.
Yeah, it is. Like, I think I'm at 6 because I don't feel comfortable going higher. When I look back at what other 6s I have, like Shawn Michaels and Brett. That from WrestleMania 12, that's a 6. So,
I'm going 7. All right, stop before we talk myself down. All right, build. I'm gonna go 2 here. Like, I don't think there's much. You know, you get like a couple weeks of Triple H, I think, shit talking Linda and pisses Vince off, and he comes back. I guess you can kind of factor in the end of an era. If anything, that might hurt it. There's really no hype to Shane turning per se, so I'd say probably 2.
I think 2 is fair, and I think all the build is basically on this show, right? Like, and while it's probably very good, it's not more than that.
Aftermath, I'm gonna go 1. You just get Vince with the title, he forfeits it, and then at least it's a 6-pack, which was gonna happen anyway. So,
yeah,
I think it was gonna happen, wasn't it? I thought so.
Yeah, they announced it earlier.
Yeah,
Triple H was defending. Yeah, I guess. I'm gonna go 1 also. I mean, we're really just like it's really just for that opening the coat.
Right. I love reading the CRZ recaps of this era. He did like all these SmackDowns, and this is some of the first reviews I read online. And he always said Triple H's music was it sounded like the Dead Seagulls were coming out in the beginning. That so that's a total of 39, which
so that's
is going to
tie us with a few things.
Yeah.
And I think we need to fix our list actually, because if our tiebreaker is significance, what's happening right here is not right.
Okay.
8.
I thought it was significance.
It is. But it's not right, so I'm gonna fix it. So hold on. How do I fix this now? This
you gotta move Hogan.
I gotta move Savage and Flair down. And then put there.
Hogan Yoko above it.
No, Hogan Yoko's 38.
Oh, it's a 38. Okay.
Yeah, it's more.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. We can make that work. Okay, so then now we've done 51, and so it's tied with Pedro Morales and Ivan Koloff, and Ric Flair, Randy Savage for Primetime Wrestling. It doesn't beat Morales and Koloff in terms of importance, but it does finish ahead of Savage Flair. So that lands it out of 51 so far at number 39.
Okay. I mean, I think going in, you would have thought maybe bottom 5 or something, but
no, yeah. I think this one was really kind of saved by that match.
The moment,
being way better
and the moment was
so
cool.
That's it. But like I mean, you could probably, if you're going into this, you're probably thinking the match is probably around a 1 or a 2.
Yeah,
right?
Easy. Yeah.
So like that gained like 10 points just there.
And you might be thinking too, like the moment is kind of eye rolling, you know, but it wasn't.
But no, they do it well. So
yeah. All right, do you want to go over our top 10 quick?
Yeah, let's do it. Surprising finish there, but a fun one nonetheless. All right, so number 10, no changes since last time. So if you're an avid watcher, listener, you're going over the same stuff, but it is what it is. Number 10, The Rock defeating Mankind from the Survivor Series 1998, 71 points.
Just above that, Ric Flair versus Randy Savage at WrestleMania 8 with 72 points.
Tied at 72 points, but beating it on significance is Mankind defeating The Rock, January 4th, butts in the seats.
Just above that, 7th at 73 points, Austin versus Rock at WrestleMania 15.
75, Andre the Giant, that we talked about earlier, defeating Hulk Hogan from the main event.
Hulk Hogan versus Iron Sheik at 76 points from January of 84.
Number 4, Ric Flair wins the Royal Rumble in 1992, 78.
Big jump to number 3. Bret Hart defeats The Undertaker at SummerSlam 97 with 90 points.
93 points is Steve Austin defeating Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 14.
In our number 1 match, title change of all time, Shawn Michaels over Bret Hart, Survivor Series 97, Montreal, 94 points. We'll see if that can be derailed in any way. But as of now, it's our king.
That's the thing with these Triple H title changes. Like, it's like, I feel his best matches are like his defenses.
Right.
He doesn't lose the belt. No, I mean, yeah. Huh.
Well, we'll see. We're going to stay right in this week because we have Unforgiven 99 coming up. Well, it's 10 days later. And that'll be the next one we'll cover next Saturday. Will be the 6-pack challenge, where Triple H is trying to regain his title. And then we'll move on from there. Almost to 99. We've been at 99 for a while. There's a lot of title changes in 99, but we only got 2 more to go.
Wow.
It'll be into 2000. So, all right. Be sure to check out everything we have to offer on North South Connection. Subscribe to us on YouTube as well as LubeTube and on any podcast application. Follow us on social media as well. You'll never miss a thing here at the North South Connection. So then the Dookie's been dropped. We'll talk to you next Saturday.
Bye, jackass.